Can we please close the door? Hello and welcome to the pre-event press conference here in Tenerife, Spain. It's the press conference that precedes, of course, the start of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup 2023 that will take place in this beautiful island. For this first part of the press conference, we have with us the coaches of the four teams that will compete for the trophy, and we will follow up shortly after with the second part, which features the captains of the four contenders. So let me introduce, first of all, the four head coaches. From the left of your screens, first of all, it's the head coach of Lenovo Tenerife, the host team, Chus Vidoreta. Welcome. Right next to Mr. Vidoreta is the head coach of the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, Kevin Burleson. Welcome, sir. On the other side of the trophy, we have with us the head coach of Sao Paulo, Bruno Mortari. And on the right side of your screens, we have with us the head coach of Unión Sportiva Monastir, Pantelis Gavril. Thank you very much for joining us. Without further ado, we'll start with the first part, and we'll start with a couple of questions for each of the head coaches. First of all, with Mr. Vidoreta. Coach, you're the only one of the four coaches here in this company that knows what it takes to play and to win a FIBA Intercontinental Cup. Can you explain a little bit to us the specific challenges it presents to play against teams from different regions, different styles of basketball, and so on?
I only played one time previously, and we played one of the two games against European team. It was a different competition that year. Then I'm not so experienced in this, but I saw that the U.S. Monastir is a very good team that play good basketball, European basketball. They have European coach, and they play order, they play good defense, they have good players. Then for us, basketball is very similar in every continent, especially if the man who drives the team is European coach.
Thank you. Can I please ask you to also answer the same question in Spanish for our local media?
Bueno, solo he jugado una Copa Intercontinental y de los dos partidos que jugamos, uno fue contra la Virtus, que es un equipo europeo, por lo tanto no soy un entrenador con una gran experiencia en jugar baloncesto de diferentes continentes, aunque sí es cierto que ahora vamos a jugar contra un equipo, el US Monastir tunecino, que tiene buenos jugadores, que tiene jugadores que conocemos, que tiene calidad y que tiene un entrenador europeo, por lo tanto juega un baloncesto ordenado, un baloncesto que conocemos bien.
Thank you very much, Coach. The Rio Grande Valley Vipers coach has a different challenge because, of course, you're the only team that plays with a different set of rules in your own league. Can you talk a little bit about how do you prepare your players to be ready to play with FIBA rules, 2 games tomorrow and on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because you can tell the guys some of the rules, but obviously when you start to play, some of the natural tendencies come out. But I think for us, it's important just to, to play the way we play, but play it well. There's going to be some times where the rules play against us, but I think we just got to match the intensity of the teams out here. They play really hard. I think if we do that, we'll be pretty good.
Thank you. Dice que en realidad ha tratado de preparar a sus jugadores para jugar con las reglas de FIBA, pero es complicado porque sus hábitos naturales van a salir durante el juego, por lo cual lo que intentará hacer es poner en juego la misma intensidad que van a poner sus adversarios. On the other side of the trophy, we have, of course, with us Bruno Mortari, the head coach of Sao Paulo. For you, coach, it's a different proposition because you come from another continent. You don't have any problems with the style of play, but you are facing an opponent that maybe you don't know a lot about in the Vipers. How do you prepare your team for this sort of game?
A gente tem bastante material deles com bastante jogo deles, então a gente fica um time bastante intenso, vendo melhor basquete do mundo, que é o basquete americano. Então, a gente tem que conter um pouco essa intensidade deles aí, tentar impor um pouco a nossa. E eu acho que vai ser por esse caminho.
He said that we watch a lot of films. We know what they like to do, the intensity that they play, but we need to do what we do, and gonna be a good game.
Thank you, coach. Dice en realidad que han visto bastante material de los Vipers, saben su modo de jugar, pero en realidad lo que van a intentar hacer es jugar su juego y sin interesarse tanto en lo que hace el contrario. And last but not least, of course, we have with us Linus Gavril, the head coach of US Monastir. Coach, you joined the team about 3 months ago, and you're a bit of a mystery to the other teams here because your roster has changed quite a lot over the past weeks. Coach Vidoreta was saying the other day that he doesn't know, he has never seen you guys playing together all the time. What can we expect to see from your team in terms of style of play tomorrow and on Sunday?
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm happy to be here. It's an honor for me and for my team. And I want to thank Coach Vidoreta for his good words for our team and the way we play. Obviously, he saw it somewhere, so when he says that, it's an honor for us. What to expect from us? We try to be in both ends of the floor as focused as possible, as smart as possible, and play as tough as we can.
Dice que lo primero es que hay que agradecer al coach Vidoreta por sus buenas palabras y lo que van a intentar hacer en realidad es ser involucrados en el juego lo máximo posible y jugar al más alto nivel. We're going to have a second round of questions, starting again with you, Coach Vidoreta. Can you explain to an international audience who is watching this live stream on YouTube what it means for the club, that you're a part of the club for many years now, for the club and the island of Tenerife to host international events like this or the ones you've hosted before, the BCL Final Four and the ICC?
Well, Tenerife and the Canary Islands are islands of basketball, for international basketball, for European basketball, for Spanish basketball, of course. Okay, and we are very happy to host here these 3 different continents teams, and we are happy to give our fans the possibility to know the champions of the different basketball champions leagues all over the world. Then we are very happy to be part of this, and it's an honor to receive these champions. And of course, we have 2 games to try to win the title. This is the reason we are here, the 4 teams. Digo que para nosotros en una isla como Tenerife y como las Islas Canarias, que son islas de baloncesto a nivel internacional, a nivel europeo, también a nivel nacional, pues es un honor recibir a los campeones de la Basketball Champions League en 3 continentes diferentes, que como no puede ser de otra manera, tenemos 2 partidos para luchar por ganar un título y en eso estamos, pero en eso estamos los 4 entrenadores aquí presentes. Y bueno, pues muy orgullosos de poder ofrecer el mejor baloncesto de clubes a nivel internacional a toda nuestra afición.
Gracias. Coach Barlison, you had a long playing career yourself, so I think you must be still pretty much in touch with the mindset of your players. What would you like your players to take away from this international experience? A lot of them are quite young guys, so what would you like to take away with you other than a trophy on Monday?
Well, I told the guys that this is a chance to play against high-level competition. It's going to be teams that play hard, to play the way sometimes I tell them guys to play, move the ball, things like that. So I think we have a lot of young guys. This is the first time they played against this type of talent, this type of style of play. I just want these guys, one, to just enjoy Tenerife. That's important because this is an experience for them guys. But 2, on the court, just grow. I mean, we still have a season coming up, so I think win or lose, we're going to grow from this, and then hopefully it helps us in the season.
He dicho a mis jugadores que lo primero que tienen que hacer es disfrutar de esa experiencia de jugar a muy alto nivel, contra competencia de muy alto nivel. Y el segundo, disfrutar del hecho de estar en Tenerife y poder, cuando volvimos, podemos sacar de esta experiencia algo positivo porque nuestra liga está todavía en juego y a lo mejor volvemos como mejor equipo de cuando partimos para llegar aquí. Coach Mortari, in your case, it's quite opposite from the Vipers team. Your team is quite opposite in the sense that you have a lot of veteran players, a lot of players that know the tricks, have been around for years. So and you have the additional, of course, load that a Brazilian team won the trophy last year. So what are the expectations of the club from the institutional side, from the fans, and also from your side for your players?
A expectativa nossa é muito boa. A gente fez uma Champions de uma maneira invicta. Agora vamos enfrentar um time totalmente diferente do que a gente enfrentou até agora. E eu acho que a gente tem que ter proveito dessa falta desse tempo que eles têm jogando junto. Então a gente tem que tirar proveito disso e aproveitar que o nosso time está entrosado e tentar impor nosso ritmo de jogo. Como eu disse, o time deles é muito intenso, o contra-ataque deles realmente é muito forte. Então a gente conseguindo eliminar isso aí, a gente aumenta a nossa chance de sair com uma vitória.
He said that we need to use this experience that we have against them because one, they don't play this kind of basketball, and we need to use that. Last year we went undefeated on the Champions League in Americas, but it's a completely different situation now, and we need to use this experience on our side.
Thank you very much. And Coach Gabriel, last but not least, you have the honor and the responsibility of coaching the second only African team to play in this competition. Can you tell us a little bit about what does it mean to the club and also the rest of the BAL teams to be playing in this kind of competition, to be taking part in this kind of competitions?
It's a huge experience, first of all. It's an honor, like I said before, even in our daily conversation with the guys from the board that they're excited to be here as well and representing Africa, representing Tunisia especially. There is excitement, to be here. Sometimes we take things for granted. For us, it's not, and we are proud to be here. The guys from the board, the players, everybody, we are proud to be here and excited, and we are looking forward to play a team against, first of all, a team like Tenerife, that all the coaches that they want to improve, they're supposed to watch Tenerife. Even I'm proud for my captain, what he does in his career, but also Marcelinho. Being here, I want to say that when I was coaching in Greece and showing film to my players, I saw him once in Peristeri live in a game in Champions League, sprinting from one court to another to sub, like an 18-year-old. And I got the chills and I showed. So it's an honor to play against this guy as well and Coach Vidoreta. And we are happy to be here watching also basketball from two different cultures and different continents, like what their guys represent here with their teams.
Dice que es una responsabilidad y un honor de estar aquí representando a Tunisia y al baloncesto africano en general. Y se recuerda de un episodio que ha tenido hace unos años cuando el Tenerife jugaba en la BCL contra el Peristeri, un equipo griego. Estaba viendo el partido en directo, en televisión, y se recuerda que en un instante de partido Marcelinho Huertas hizo un sprint de un lado al otro para salvar un balón, y ayer lo mostró a sus jugadores como un recordatorio del honor que tienen de estar jugando contra Marcelinho en concreto y a este alto nivel de competición. Gentlemen, thank you very much for answering my questions. We'll take some questions from the room now, if there are any. Please raise your hand.
In English or in Spanish?
In English, please.
What to expect about the start of the game tomorrow? It's a dangerous for the a favorable score or no?
You're asking? Sorry, you're asking?
Sí, mejor. Si tienes miedo a un comienzo malo mañana, si que ellos no tienen nada que perder, si Monaster no tiene nada que perder y pueda a lo mejor empezar a ver nervios, a ver alguna situación que no puedan esperar.
No, of course, we know that it's a 40 minutes game, and we need to start knowing that in front of us there is a team that the last final of the Basketball African League made a very good job against one team that I knew perfectly, Petro Luanda, and with a good coach too, and they made a great job to recover the difference and win finally for more than 8 points. Then we play 40 minutes against a very good team, and we don't have any fear about the beginning of the game. Digo que no tenemos ningún problema con el inicio del partido porque sabemos que enfrente tenemos un buen equipo que el año pasado fue campeón de la Basketball African League ante un equipo que yo conozco bien porque he estado en Angola, que es el Petro Luanda, que es un gran equipo con muy buenos jugadores, haciendo una gran remontada y luchando desde el primer minuto hasta el último. Por lo tanto, para mañana estamos preparados para jugar 40 minutos.
Thank you, Coach. Any more questions from the room? No. Okay. In that case, thank you very much for attending. Thank you, gentlemen. This concludes the first part of the press conference, and we'll be part very shortly with the second part and the 4 captains. So, if I can. Cup here in Tenerife, Spain. For the first part, we had the 4 head coaches with us, and for the second part, we have the honor and the pleasure of having the 4 captains of the contenders that will fight for the trophy this weekend in Tenerife. So on the left side of your screens, we have Marcelino Huertas, the captain of Lenovo Tenerife. Right next to him, we have Aaron Gordon, the captain of Rio Grande Valley Vipers. On the other side of the trophy, we have Elinho, the captain of Sao Paulo. And on the far right side of your screens, we have Radwan Sliman, the captain of Union Sportive Monastir. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for attending the press conference. Thank you for coming. Let me start with Marcelino. Marcelino, obviously you know what it takes to play this cup and to win the MVP trophy. You've done this 3 years ago in this very place. Can you tell us any secret that maybe your opponents would like to know about what they have to do this weekend to follow your footsteps?
There's no secret. Basketball in the end is just basketball. You have to prepare to face, different kind of teams like we have in this competition. They play different style of basketball. So we just have to, focus 40 minutes. We know in this single game elimination, anything can happen. I think the best advice you can give to anybody is just try to control your nerves. Games like this, sometimes you don't start off on the right foot, but 40 minutes is a lot of time. So once you do things right and you follow your game plan and just, don't panic. There's no secret in basketball. So just, be true to the game, follow your game plan, whatever it is, and believe, in 40 minutes, like I said, anything can happen. So just be positive and try to play your best basketball, regardless of what that means.
Can I please ask you to also answer in Spanish with the secret this time?
Bueno, no hay secreto, simplemente pues jugar la mejor manera que se pueda, intentar controlar los nervios y la ansiedad en un partido que el que pierde está eliminado, así que puede pasar cualquier cosa, ¿no? Sobre todo cuando se juega contra equipos que no se conocen tanto, de diferentes ligas, con diferentes estilos, así que intentar seguir el plan de juego, no dejar que un mal inicio te condicione el partido y tener paciencia, saber que si juegas la manera como has entrenado durante los 40 minutos, siempre vas a tener una oportunidad de llegar al final para ganar el partido. Así que la clave para nosotros ha sido así, de esta manera. Cuando jugamos contra los Vipers hace 3 años en la semifinal, que fue durísima, y espero que mañana contra el Monastir podamos tener la misma buena mentalidad y poder conseguir ganar este partido.
Thank you very much. Aaron, for you and for a lot of the guys on your team, this is going to be a first international experience, meaning outside of North America. The coach said earlier that he asked you guys to enjoy the whole experience, to try to learn from it. He seemed very relaxed. I don't know, I'm not going to ask you to tell us if this is true, and he was really so relaxed about it, but what are your expectations, and what do you think are the expectations of the rest of the guys from this tournament?
I definitely think that this is going to be just a growth mindset for us. Obviously, we're going to do our best to win, and we've been preparing, since we've been down here. But I think for us, the biggest goal is just for us to grow, for this entire season. But we've had fun, but we've also, kind of locked in and, have been, trying to make sure that we get better on this trip and win these games.
Thank you very much. On the other side of the trophy, we have Elinho, the captain of Sao Paulo. Now, Elinho, we have 2 Brazilians on this panel. Last year, the trophy ended up in Brazilian hands. What are you going to do from your side as Sao Paulo players and staff to make sure it ends up in the right Brazilian hands and not on the ones on the other side of the trophy?
Yeah, we hope the trophy goes back to Brazil. Last year, another team got it. We hope we can keep it over there. We know it's going to be really tough, but we need to think on tomorrow against the Vipers. It's going to be a really hard team. We know a lot of them, but we hope we keep it with the trophy.
Thank you very much. Dice que van a intentar asegurarse que el trofeo se quede en Brasil y no se quede en manos de Marcelino. Pero primero, antes de pensar en una posible final, tienen que pensar en la semifinal de mañana, que juegan contra Vipers, que es un equipo muy serio y requiere su atención. Last but not least, we have with us Radwan Sliman, the captain of Union Sportive Monastir. And for you, we actually asked the coach about this before, but you obviously are the more adequate person to reply. What would it mean? What does it mean for Tunisian basketball? The fact that you can be here in this event, take part, and being only the only second African team to take part in this competition.
It's a big opportunity to be here to face this strong teams. We're gonna face tomorrow one of the strongest team in Europe. Last few years, Lenovo Tenerife have great players and one of the best guard in Europe ever. We know who we're gonna face, and we are ready. We know everything about them. We scout them good, and the point is they can't scout us because it's difficult to scout us because until now they don't saw any game for our team full roster with foreign player and everything. So the effect of surprise, we're gonna play on this tomorrow, and we're gonna go to play 50-50. Nobody can underestimate nobody here. No fear for anybody. We're gonna play the game not only to play. We're gonna compete for the title. And we're going to show that the champion of BAL and Africa got talent.
Dice que es una gran oportunidad para ellos el hecho de estar aquí, de poder competir contra equipos muy buenos como el Tenerife, que es uno de los mejores equipos en Europa, contra Marcelinho, que es uno de los mejores bases en Europa, y espera que el elemento de sorpresa, el hecho que el Tenerife no puede hacer el scouting de la misma facilidad que ellos hicieron el scouting a ellos, a Tenerife, puede ser una carta que juega a su favor. Marcelinho, to circle back a little bit on this, your opponents tomorrow in the semifinal, they know pretty much everything about you personally, and about Tenerife. You guys do not have the same scouting opportunity as they did. They're a new team. They've added a lot of new guys in the last weeks. From your experience, how do you get what is the key to play your game and not getting sucked up in the fact that you don't know so much about your opponent?
Well, sometimes you gotta just forget strategically how they play, you know. And since, of course, we didn't have a lot of film on them, especially with the new players. But I mean, luckily we know some of the players there. They signed like Randall and Michael Roll, guys that played in this league and been around. But also, I mean, I was lucky enough to play against Tunis a few times with the national team in international competitions. But we watched film on how the individual their skills are. And even though we don't have a lot of film, I think it's enough to see more or less from where it's coming from. So we just got to be prepared. Sometimes forget about like I said, tactics, and just focus on being able to confront and be able to hold their main skills as individuals and be able to, especially on offense, to do our game and be ready for any kind of game plan and just follow with it.
Thank you. Can I please ask you to also reply in Spanish to the same question?
Bueno, a veces hay que olvidar un poco la táctica y simplemente, pues bueno, ver las características individuales que aunque no hayamos podido ver mucho de su manera de jugar con los jugadores nuevos que han llegado, conocemos a muchos de los jugadores como Roll y Randall que han estado aquí en esta liga y tienen características muy anotadoras de diferentes formas, pero que conocemos también a los jugadores tunecinos individualmente, hemos visto lo que hemos podido y que aunque no sepamos a nivel táctico por dónde van a ir mucho, más o menos sabemos las características individuales y hay que saber frenar esto, sobre todo en en la defensa de uno contra uno. Y a nivel ofensivo, pues bueno, estar preparados para cualquier tipo de plan que puedan haber preparado, y nosotros estamos acostumbrados a jugar contra equipos que, bueno, defienden de diferentes formas, simplemente adaptarnos y, bueno, hacer nuestro mejor en nuestro juego ofensivo, que, bueno, es clave.
Thank you very much. Aaron, you guys and also the previous G League teams that competed in this competition, you're facing a different challenge because the Vipers actually were here in 2020. They took part in this competition. But always the challenge of the G League teams is that you have to play with a different set of rules. You have to play according to FIBA rules. How confident you think you and the rest of the guys will be tomorrow and on Sunday to perform on the same level with a different set of rules that what you used to play with?
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge, but, you know, we've had 4 players that have played internationally on our team right now, so we have a little bit of an advantage on our team now versus what the team did in the past in 2020. But overall, I mean, it's going to be tough because, I mean, we're playing this level of talent, you know, trying to go into something new, so it's definitely going to be a challenge, but I definitely think that we have some perks having some guys who have played internationally on our team.
Dice que no será fácil jugar con las reglas de FIBA, como es el caso cada vez que un equipo de G League juega en esta competición, pero a diferencia del equipo de Vipers que jugó aquí en la misma competición en 2020, esta vez sé que tienen 4 jugadores que han jugado anteriormente fuera de Estados Unidos, han jugado con reglas FIBA, por lo cual espera que esta experiencia va a jugar a su favor. El niño, last year, Sao Paulo, I think, surprised a lot of people with what you did in BCL Americas. The way you reached the final, the way you won the competition. How much Sao Paulo, of course, is not is still working towards, has an upwards trajectory. How much does this competition can help the club keep developing its basketball section like it started in the past few years?
I think São Paulo growing up too fast. In 4 years, they started the program. We are already over here fighting for this title. So we want to keep making history. Last year, we got 2 titles over there, first 2 in the history of the basketball. Now we want to keep growing that. We keep almost a lot of guys from last year, and we're building this. We over here, we deserve it. We're really happy to be here, and we're going to try to win.
Thank you very much. Dice que el Sao Paulo es un club, la sección de baloncesto de Sao Paulo ha crecido muchísimo en los últimos 4 años. Era un poco de sorpresa que conquistaron la BCL Américas el año pasado, y este tipo de eventos es justo lo que necesitarán para que el club seguirá creciendo. Radwan, you are the most experienced guy here. You were 42 years old, I think, last summer when you won the BAL, and you were named on the All-Star team of the BAL. And you have enormous international experience with the national team, of course. This type of events opens a new window to younger players in Africa. What would you like the younger guys to be able, what kind of experience you expect them and you wish them to get from this weekend's event?
This kind of competition is very important to face talented players and strong teams. You're gonna get a lot from this game. So always, everybody must keep dreaming and to achieve his goals. Don't stop and say no. I'm good. I'm one of the best player. I play in high level. I play in the best teams. No, always you must keep dreaming and show that you can go more and give more for the family of basketball and make a lot of big things in your career, because the career is short and you must give everything to be satisfied and to satisfy the family of basketball.
Fantastic. El capitán de Monastir, que tiene 42 años, por cierto, dice que lo que le gustaría que sacan de esa experiencia los jugadores más jóvenes de su equipo es el conocimiento que hay siempre que intentar mejorar Nunca hay que darse por satisfecho con lo que tienes, aun si eres uno de los mejores jugadores en tu país. Siempre hay que seguir soñando y soñar con jugar al más alto nivel internacional, soñar con jugar los partidos más importantes, y eso es lo que le gustaría que el equipo saque de esa experiencia. If there are any questions from the room for any of the four captains, please raise your hand. The gentleman in the back. If you can ask in English, please, first, and tell us which player you're asking, please.
Hi. For Marce, do you want to repeat the MVP trophy?
Care about no individual trophy. Basketball is about team sport, and the consequence is just a matter of winning or losing. So for me, I just want to be focused on tomorrow's game, which is the most important. And in case we win, we have to focus on two other teams. But right now, the only focus for us is US Monastir.
¿Puedes repetir, por favor, en castellano mejor?
Que lo único que importa ahora mismo, más que cualquier premio individual, es ganar. Simplemente eso, ser campeón yo creo que es un sueño para cualquiera de nosotros que estamos aquí. Y ahora mismo nuestro foco es el equipo tunecino del Monastir y simplemente pensar en ellos. Ni pensar en una hipotética final contra ni São Paulo ni Vipers, y simplemente pensar en el partido de mañana. Y ya el sábado, si ganamos, pues bueno, a ver qué nos toca y prepararnos bien, simplemente para ganar.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you. This concludes the pre-event press conference ahead of the FIBA Intercontinental Cup that kicks off tomorrow in Tenerife, Spain. Thank you for attending.